Hey everybody, welcome back to the ICB podcast.
Matt is gravely injured.
You're here with your constant co-hosts, Matty J, Drake G, and Colton D. Oh, that one sucked.
What did I even
Did you hit
do?
the funny bone?
You funny boned me, dude.
Funny
Oh,
bone.
my bad.
Oh, it wasn't really your fault.
We do like a clap to like signify when the
We synchronize the
audio
audio.
starts.
Yeah, everybody knows.
Yeah,
Synchronize
I was
the
going
audio.
to say it's in the video.
And I clap his hand, and he hurts himself,
Yeah.
or I hurt
sucked.
him, I guess.
Do you want to start
Sorry.
over?
I'm sorry.
Or should we
no,
just keep going?
let's just roll it.
All right, let's roll with
This
it.
is raw footage. This is what the folks come here for.
It's true.
Hey.
It's very true.
They like us.
Yeah,
Clearly.
glad that
They're
maybe
not watching for the content.
our one fan watches. I think our one fan watches because of Drake. Not, I think.
True.
Yeah, it's hard out there.
True.
It's hard. It's hard life out
She
there.
likes all of you guys.
Okay, all right.
I promise that.
I like Lisa quite a bit too.
Well,
She's a nice lady.
never met Lisa. Maybe one day.
You will.
Yeah, one day.
One day.
Yep. Well, guys, we're here. We're back at it again. This is episode 2 of season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is what, our 13th full episode
It
for
is
the
indeed.
podcast.
Yep.
Sheesh. I feel pretty good about it.
Me
I don't know
too.
about you guys.
Yeah, it's great.
How's the week gone?
It's been pretty good. Yeah, just working away. Planning for some New Year's Eve stuff at work. Getting a menu solidified.
Making it work.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's been pretty chill. Haven't done a whole lot of anything. Just working. Christmas tree went up.
Yeah.
Actually, that was up last week, but it's fine. I don't think I talked about it.
No.
Oh my god! And we finally have our windows done.
Yeah.
Finally.
Brand new windows in the whole apartment. It only
Yes.
took them
685,312
months.
years.
7 months to get here. And
That's a
fun
little
fact, they still don't have the whole of this side of the building done, and they have the entire back half of the building to still do.
Well, at least if
And
it's
they
over
have
there,
the other 3 buildings,
Buildings,
to
yeah.
do.
at least if it's over there, then it won't be as loud right
Oh, it's not even noticeable.
It's true, but
Yep.
it's like it's just a lot of traffic, honestly.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
having all the
100p.
contractors and
Yeah.
stuff in here, and having like it's not a closed in area really,
Mm-hmm.
but when you add like 10 trucks out back, it's kind of hard to
Yep.
navigate. Easily.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, it's definitely like cluttered, especially like a lot of the parking spots are taken up with all the waste disposal and that kind of stuff, and they need more because all the things that come along with the constructions.
And this parking lot's not regulated at all.
No,
Like,
not even close.
could
It's-
definitely park here all day.
Yeah.
Like and just go somewhere else.
Yep.
Just a random person could definitely do that.
Yeah.
So,
Well, our parking spots aren't like, because we
No.
live here, but we don't have an assigned parking spot.
Yeah, it's
so
just
I could park
strange.
literally wherever I wanted in this parking lot, and they.
it is strange that it's like that, though. I get it, I do, but like it's strange that it's like that because like most other parking lots, have
Most
assigned
newer
parking.
places have assigned parking.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think if it's not in place, it's like fairly large job to go out and account for all of the spaces and get a drawing and then put numbers.
And I think it's a lot more to do with the fact that our parking lot is for all
the
3 buildings.
That's why
Like if it was one building, we would have assigned parking for sure.
That's why earlier when I kind of like stopped, I was like, well, it makes sense that
Yeah. Crispy. That looks really good.
yeah,
it
It's
looks
gonna be-
almost like a brownie or
a pee pee poo
something.
poo. It's kind of it's cake
Mm-hmm.
with like a fudgy top.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be tasty. It's gonna be tasty. Yeah. Well, what's new with you?
Not a lot.
Not a lot. You got a couple of things going on. Fresh cut.
Fresh cut.
Yeah.
Yeah. No sleep ever.
No, that's not new for us
No
though.
sleep. Yeah, but they don't really hear that stuff.
Yeah, they do.
I've kind of like.
You just need to go to Brooklyn.
I'm not gonna share like my whole life story, but I don't talk much on here, and I'm gonna start sharing my life story.
Do it.
Nah,
I mean, I share my life story.
I'm not sleeping very much, and I've been applying to a lot of new jobs.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where my week's been.
Did you get like a new a fixture in your nasal cavity recently?
Yeah, but I talked about that last episode.
I don't know if you did.
Yeah, I think
I
so.
don't recall
it was
that.
briefly mentioned because I did have it. I got
Brief.
I got a nose piercing, Lisa. You like it? I hope so.
Stop being weird.
I'm always weird with
Yeah,
Lisa.
you are.
That noise at the end was strange.
Yeah, but like if
Yep.
she was here, I would make the exact same noise. Just
You're being weird.
to her face.
Still weird.
I'm weird with Lisa.
Yep. No, I think that's the position that we're in.
I'm weird with everyone.
True. Very true.
I'm weird. Yeah. Yeah, that's my whole life right now. No sleep, job, Basketball. Played basketball last night. Was good.
Mhm.
Computer exploded.
Computer exploded.
Oh,
Computer
yeah, that's big
delete.
sad.
Rip.
Do we know, like, is it for sure just the hard drive?
Yeah, because when I pulled it
bricked.
all apart this morning, I turned it on and there's been a clicking sound and it was coming from the hard drive.
Is it? It's hard disk too. It's
Yeah.
not SSD.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you still have your like Windows key and stuff like that?
No.
Oh yeah, so it's gonna be nasty to get Windows back on your PC as well.
That's annoying.
It is. It is a little annoying because it's your boot drive, right? You don't have a small SSD for a boot drive.
No.
Oh fuck.
Rippers.
Big
Ripperoni.
rip. Yeah.
but big ripperoni. You might be able to. You can go like. There are a couple of cool sites that like I've been watching this guy named Greg Salazar. Check him out on YouTube. And basically he just does. He lives in Florida and he does these like. These YouTube videos on broken systems, and he'll like not software mostly, but a little bit, but just primarily like let's troubleshoot the hardware, find out what's wrong with it, how does it work, and then he has a stock of parts and stuff like that, and he'll like replace some pieces for his viewer. So the viewer loans them his system to diagnose, and then he diagnoses it and fixes it if he can, and then sends it back. So it's pretty cool, but. Having watched a lot of that, and all the PC experience that I have, I'm pretty comfortable. I think I'll build my own next rather than buy a pre-built. But
Spoodle just built his own.
Yeah, we need to.
I guess it runs pretty good.
Yeah, I would imagine.
He
Do you know
was
what
playing
kind
it
of
last night
graphics
for
brick
the
you got?
first time. No, did he say 2060 or 10? I think he said 1060 Super.
The 1060 Super is probably all that's available right now, to be
Yeah.
honest. Like, it's really hard to get anything. Like, my buddy has a 2080 Ti in his rig that he got just before the shortage, like, popped off. And I'm, like, running a Radeon 580. So it's, like, very doable. Like, I get, like, 160 FPS in League. Like, everything's good. But, like... I could use an upgrade, and I've been looking and you just can't find anything. And until I get like a better card, I don't want to upgrade I've been like trying to upgrade my chip, and one went on sale, but like I don't want to throttle, right? I don't want to like bottleneck into have so much PC power in my CPU and then not have enough power in the GPU. But I'd rather have too much power GPU first because there's less bottlenecking there, and then upgrade my CPU after that. But the Ryzen 7 5800X chip went on sale for Black Friday at Canada Computers. I almost pulled the trigger. I'd be crucified if I did, just because it's so much. I'm really bad at just buying things before Christmas. Shout out Lurs, I apologize. But I'm really bad at just buying things before Christmas. So like I will just like rock out and like buy random things, and people are like, "But Matt, you can't buy those things because people have presents for you." And then I'm like, "Oh." But
you just tell people not to get you presents.
It's normal $619 at CC, and it's on for $419. So it's like $200 off.
What one did you say that was?
It's the Radeon, or it's AMD. So Ryzen, it's the Ryzen 7 5800.
I'm just trying to remember what one Spencer got, because he was talking about it last night all night. So he was playing Forza 5. It looked probably really good.
No,
actually,
I bet.
It was on like ultra. It looked pretty slick.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
My computer would explode.
The 1660 T or Super is like 5% worse than like the 20s, right? Like it's really good. And I'm not talking the 2060 Super. I'm just talking the 2060s and the 2080s. Like the Super.
Yeah, like it would probably be. It would like it's outclassed by the 20 series, but not by much. I think it's probably a bit more than 5% overall.
But not
like
like
it depends.
It
depends. Like one of the things that I've realized is like I've been like building and like learning more is that that it's not just like some graphics cards are not just better overall. Like they're better in specific areas. So like some cards will run like CS:GO better than they'll run League of Legends, and vice versa. So like you have to kind of like decide the kind of game that you want.
It's a really stupid meme.
Okay, fair enough.
Wow.
You kind of have to decide like what kind of games you want to play first, and then pick a card towards that. But the super will be reasonable. We'll get you back up and running, dude.
I'm gonna bring it down and see if I can just run it. See if I can kill it.
Don't kill it.
I'm not gonna kill it.
Don't kill it. It's all at Dan's. Shout out Dan. Hi Dan.
Yeah.
I hope you're watching this. If
Hi,
you're not,
Dan.
why aren't you subscribed?
Dan
Dan
doesn't
know.
watch anything except for like a few specific videos, so he's not watching this. Hi Dan.
Hi Dan. Yeah, we'll get you back. Like, I have a.
I didn't realize that I needed to buy a Windows 10 key again, and that's annoying.
But
'Cause
what
they're
I was
like
going to say, so back to
$100.
the but back to the Greg Salazar thing. If you have Windows installed on your PC, that's like bootleg version. You can go to this website. He promotes it all the time. I'll find it after the fact because I don't want to necessarily say it here. But like, you go to this website all the time, and you can buy really cheap really cheap Windows keys for like $20 instead of like $100. They're like, it's like G2A, but
Gotcha.
for G2A is like for Steam codes versus. It's like G2A, but for like Windows keys and that kind of stuff. You just have to be very careful that you know which exact version of the Windows that you have, because if you buy a key for like a year newer or a year later, or a year before, it just won't work. It'll break. So you have to watch that. But as long as you're kind of like on it, like you can get a new key. There's a chance to like have you? So like, what kind of troubleshooting did you guys do? It was just the clicking? Okay, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions.
It's such. Do you want to do these questions off of the podcast?
No. Is it posting? Do you have a post?
What do you mean?
So like when you turn your PC on, does the
I'm going to tell you how it works.
Okay.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
when I turn it on, it just starts clicking automatically, and I get to the point where I log in into my user. And
into
then-
Windows? So Windows is booting.
Yeah, it's booting.
Okay.
And I get in, and the hard disk will click a whole bunch.
Like
And
how
like-
fast? Like
Like ding, 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 ding,
Okay.
kind of deal.
Yeah.
And like when it's clicking, it just freezes my computer. And like when you open up Task
Okay.
Manager and you go to properties, it says like disk and CPU are at like 100% and all that stuff.
Right.
So like it starts freezing, and I'm like, oh, I can still game and stuff. And then like an hour in, it'll just click, and then everything just freezes solid, and it does not unfreeze ever again. So it's almost like it's getting stuck.
Yeah.
And then it's like clicking, and the clicking is it trying to get like past a certain point of like loading files or something. And then like
So there's good sign here though. So I bet that you could actually get like an SSD, like a cheap like 250 gig SSD, plug it into your Mobo, right? And then transfer the Windows boot drive from your hard disk onto the SSD. And then you won't have to buy a new Windows key.
perfect.
That'd be the pro strat first.
Could I do that with a flash drive?
Um,
Could I do that with a flash drive?
yes, maybe.
Okay.
You can definitely
fine for
you can
some
definitely boot into
Well, the plan
thumb
was
drives,
the
but
plan was to switch all of my stuff from my hard drive over to a thumb drive and then back onto the new hard drive that I got. So
Yeah.
I was hoping that Windows would.
you might be
fall in that category.
you might
It's
be able
possible.
to do it.
We'll find out.
It's
Yeah. Okay.
get an
Anyway,
SSD.
do you want to do ratings now?
Oh, I was going to talk about some other stuff.
Oh,
before
go
we
hard.
jumped to
Go
do-
hard.
Also, we didn't hear about Matt's week. We
I just didn't know. I don't know what our time
I'm fine.
restrictions. Okay.
I'm good.
Okay. Go hard then.
I already told Todd that I'm going to be late, so because I have to go. I need to pick up groceries before I go, so it's fine. We're golden.
Pony boy.
How was your week? And then I'll talk about the things that I thought about while you guys were talking computers.
Six.
How was your week, Matt?
My week was pretty good. I basically didn't. I have a week where I just am like I worked.
Yeah.
That's kind of like my week this week. What else did I do this week?
You were saying on our drive to get coffee that you hit up the disc golf course again.
Yeah, I disc golfed this morning.
How'd it go?
It was windy and rainy as all hell, but we played anyway. Played through it.
It rained so hard this morning.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it did.
It was nice in HP, so we did okay. I shot 18 over, but like for the conditions, the conditions doubled my score, right? Like you could not throw a disc out today. Like it was gusting at all times. So Yeah, I shot an 18 over. It was pretty good. A couple of my friends shot a little more than me. A couple of friends shot a little less than me. So middle of the pack felt okay. I have a requirement, and that's that you guys come to play disc golf.
I would love that. I've played it before many years ago.
Well,
But yeah, I'm absolutely down for that. It's been a long time, and I forget a lot of how to do things, but it's been like...
I will teach you the way. This is the
Oh,
way.
I think I played like when I was 13 or something like that. One of my dad's friends had they had a huge property, and he had built a disc golf course in his like backyard, effectively.
Nice.
And it was a lot of fun. It was a really good time.
I think that would be a fun time.
Yeah.
I'm down.
When are we going?
Oh,
Not this week.
Why not? It's free. Just
It's free?
It's literally free.
Why is it free?
Because a dude who loves everyone and the community owns a bunch of property, and there's a hiking trail. And he was like, well, I may as well put a disc golf course up.
That's sick.
So he put a disc golf course up.
And
I'm not sure the logistics of how the money came together for the baskets and the yada, 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 but he donated the land.
Let's go today.
I'm sure.
Literally, I'll go right after this if you want to go play disc golf. I'll literally go right after
You
this.
know I can't.
I know.
But at some point,
I don't want
I'd
to go.
love
I don't want to go unless you guys
No,
both
it's
can
fine.
come. But we definitely should go.
You know, like next
It's pretty fun.
next week probably doesn't work because of things that we've discussed.
Yes.
Because
of
that'll
the
be
things. Yep.
more than just one day.
Yep. Of course. Of
Um,
course. We can find a time to play. It's
yeah.
an all year thing.
Yeah.
As long as there's not snow on the ground, we'll be fine.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, you're picking up and putting down.
Yeah. I didn't hear you guys talking about it earlier today, but I remember it from the
yeah.
other day.
Yes.
Yes. Secrets. Haha, you don't know. We know. You're stupid.
No, we're going to
No,
announce
you're
that
not
we're going to
stupid.
announce a sneak peek teaser at the end.
Oh, wait. Oh.
Yeah,
Never
it's
mind.
gonna be
I'm
great.
not gonna.
But what else did I do,
Continue
man?
to
Like,
speak.
what else did I do this week? I feel like I just didn't like have a lot of opportunities to do much this
You
week.
were working.
I worked. Yeah, I worked a lot this week.
Did you have
Good work,
vacation coming up?
I was on some vacation a couple of weeks ago, just to like level out the head and get everything kind of get back to normal and stay off the screens and that kind of thing, and it worked pretty well. I feel like 95. Like I still have a little memory lapsey here and there, but like it's pretty good overall.
Can you earn vacation time at your job, or do you just get a set amount?
I get a set amount, yeah. Like if I quit halfway through the year, they'd ask me to pay overages back, but I
just wasn't sure if you could earn extra. Or
it's
something.
my 5. So I don't really get overtime, but if I have to be in for if I have to be like in because the call volumes are bad or something like that, and I have to like do a little extra work that way, they'll offer some overtime and we can bank it. And,
I was
and
going to
take
say
it-
I
take it
remember
that way.
on my brief time,
But I
there
don't
that-
really. I rarely get doing what I do. I rarely get the opportunity for OT, but yeah, it's reasonable. But I get this is my 5th. I'm in my 5th year. My anniversary for year. Oh geez, when did I get hired? 2016. So we're year 5 is come like I've just got 5 years in September. So this is my 5th year. So I actually got an extra week of vacation this year, which is nice.
You've only been there for 5 years?
Uh-huh.
I thought you were there for like not like a ridiculously long amount of time, but like I thought it was like
I'm in
8
my
or 9.
6th.
I thought
I'm
it
in
was
my
like 8 or
6th year
9
now.
years. At
Yeah,
this
not
point.
quite, not quite.
You started just after I left the city for my internship because you
Yes.
were at. Trying to remember where you were working when we played when I first met you.
When you first met me, I was
Was
at
it Scotia?
Scotia.
Yeah, it was
that's right.
Scotia.
Because you knew.
I worked at Scotia down in the valley.
Yes.
With a couple of people that you had some
that I know.
that you knew. Yeah.
Yeah.
That you
Me
met
too.
once or twice. Yeah. Yep. You too.
Mm-hmm.
You 100%.
Oh,
So
yeah,
lots
that's
of
true.
people knowing. Lots of
Yeah.
people in the valley.
Yeah, that's right.
Left that gig and now
Lots of nice people. In
lots
the
of great
valley.
people in the valley.
Love Valley people.
Yep. So yeah, but
Nice.
I got a lot of my banking experience at Scotia first, and then I transitioned to where I am now. So yeah, I mean, worked a lot this week, and that's basically it. Like, I don't recall doing anything that's impressive. Like, I'm really excited. My dad is actually coming down in. Shout out, Dad. You're not listening. I know. It's fine. But he's coming down on the 4th, so next weekend.
Nice.
And what? You looking at my Apple Watch?
Hold it up again. Flip your wrist like this the other way. That is a shape.
I hadn't noticed. It's paint.
It looks like a wiener.
Anyway, Dad's coming up. I'm gonna drive to the Cape, pick him up. He hasn't seen Ellie in like a year because of the pandemic.
Oh dang!
And he was working, so through it. So time was very tight. But he's gonna come up and stay from the 4th to the 8th.
That's exciting.
With us, it is. Yeah, we have a small apartment, so we've kind of getting it all cleaned up. Gonna put the tree up, and then hopefully have that all ready for when he comes.
Nice.
Tree is optional, but get it all cleaned up and yeah. The one thing I will say is, if you know me well enough, you know that when I first got married to Larissa, we moved into an apartment down on North Street in Dartmouth, and it was like the TLDR is that it was just come wintertime absolutely infested, like full infestation, 40 mice a day easily. Just watch them run because they would come up the outside of the wall because it was the for a camera it was sloped like this, and then the building was here, right? So our outside wall was like almost ground level. So they would come up through the siding and the outside in through our apartment and use our apartment to get into the building. So we were absolutely infested. So this is a little like we call it post-traumatic stress mouse syndrome. Yeah. And we're just like a mouse climbed into my bed and bit me while I was sleeping. Like this is the kind of shenanigans that we're talking about.
Jesus
so
Christ.
Whenever I hear a little crinkle or I see a little scurry or like, a fruit fly catches the light in the right way, I get wigged, right? So we actually recently subscribed to HelloFresh. HelloFresh does not sponsor this podcast.
Yet,
hopefully one day. So we got HelloFresh, and there's a lot of like packaging that comes with it. That most of it's like recyclable. Some of it isn't. So what I had done is I had crumpled up a chip bag and put it in the garbage, but it was inside a brown paper bag that the HelloFresh came in. So, and that was crumpled up. So what happened was it was in the garbage, and this is literally the height of my week. It was in the garbage, and all of a sudden I hear rustling in the garbage, and I'm like, oh my God, we have mice? What the fuck? What's going on here? So like full panic mode in the middle of my work day. And it was like, so we like try and keep, we don't have like traditional recycling or garbage cans in our place because it's really small. We're going to get some, but we just haven't yet. So we kind of keep like one bag for dry garbage and then one for like food waste that we throw out more frequently. Yeah. So that's the food bag. And there was some like moist things in there. So what had happened was the paper bag had sucked up some of the moisture from the food scraps and it started to like let go. Right. And inside of it is the pressure from this chip bag that's like trying to expand, but couldn't because of the brown paper bag. And it was just like, and I'm like, what in the world is going on? I was convinced there was mice. I took the bag, I tied it off in that moment, right outside onto the deck, and sifted through every single piece of garbage into another one to find the mouse. There wasn't any mice, thank the Lord. Knock on wood.
That's crazy.
But like, I've lost so much sleep these last few nights because of the post-traumatic stress mouse syndrome.
Can I tell the most questionable story
Sure.
that has ever been told on the Ice and Beaten podcast?
Maybe.
It's not that bad. It's pretty funny, but it's like
PG.
I could see how
13?
someone would be like,
We can PG-13.
"Ooh, it's not even PG-13." I would say.
Is
It's
it E for everyone?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay,
Some
all right,
people are
get it.
gonna find it funny. Some people are gonna be like, "Don't do that." There was a rat in my mice are one thing. I'm okay with seeing a mouse like scurry and just being like, there goes Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso.
But like, when I lived in the Harborview Apartments, and I was on the 14th floor, and a huge rat was in my apartment, like and I had seen it multiple times, and I was scared to go to sleep because I was like, this is a rat. Like
rats
if that
will
bites
climb
me,
into
it's
bed
gonna
with
hurt.
you.
Yeah.
Rats will climb into bed with you.
So I put a bunch of traps out, and they were out for like a couple days. They weren't doing anything at all. I'm laying in bed. It's like 3 a.m. I'm in college at this point, so you know it's random me. I got like a girl in my bed or whatever. And I'm like laying there, and my computer is on, and the tower has like a slit of light, so my room is like slightly illuminated to the point where I can see like shadows. And I see the rat, and it's like running around in the center of the room. So I got up, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "There's a rat in the room." And she's like, "I'm going back to sleep." And I was like, "Have fun." I put a bag of Doritos on the floor open.
Okay.
I laid back down. I laid there for like an hour and a half. This girl was like, "You're insane. Like, you're literally hunting a rat right now, and you're not going to be able to do anything about it when you catch it." And I was like, "We'll see." It gets into the Dorito bag, and it's eating the Doritos.
Okay.
And I quietly stand up, and I grab my basketball, and I bounce it on the bag as hard as I can, and then I throw the bag down the trash chute, and I never think of it again. And this is why I'm saying it's not super good for our podcast, because that's
I remember
it's a
that
little
story.
animal abusey, but I'm not gonna let a rat live in my apartment.
No,
thank you.
that's fine. Yeah, I'm absolutely fine with
I
that.
bonked it with
We're
a
100p
basketball.
with that.
Can't even confirm it died, but would assume it
I would
died.
assume, yeah.
I went for the kill. I did not pull my punch.
Headshot, boom, headshot.
Yeah, so that's my fun rat story.
That was also probably like back in more like peak fitness of you, because you were still in.
I was a strong man.
Yeah. Like you still are, but like
I might be stronger now, but I was like almost this strength, but 80 pounds lighter. So I had a lot more speed to me. So I probably threw that ball real hard.
Middle of the night, 3 a.m.
Oh,
boom!
That girl was like considering leaving, and I was like, the rat's gone now.
We can just hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah, at 3 a.m. Yeah, that is wild, dude. I don't like scurrying things.
Not a
like a little mouse here or there isn't gonna kill me, but like when it's like 40 mice a day, like I would like
that's a lot.
sit with
I
my
wouldn't
Nerf
be cool with
guns,
that.
and I would like get like right, and I would just watch them run across, and I would just shoot Nerf
You know
darts
what
at
would
them.
genuinely be my answer to that?
What's that?
If there were 40 mice in my apartment, I would just go to a like foster care, and I would foster like 4 cats all at once just for like 2 months, and I would let them clean up, and then I would just be done with them.
It wasn't
You
like
could
they
definitely do
didn't
that.
like stay and live in my apartment.
No, but if they're passing through on a daily basis,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a cat, because then
Yeah.
they're not even gonna want to pass through, because they're just gonna smell that cat and be like, no thanks.
I'm so like I have allergies that are so bad, but I like in that
Right,
moment
right,
I
right,
considered getting a cat. I considered like bringing like a family has a few cats. Like let me handle this cat. I got, and I am not joking when I say this. I got 5 sticky pads and like 10 mouse traps, and I would come home to them full.
Jesus.
Full. I was a killer.
When we
I was a
I guess
straight killer.
I guess I've crushed multiple small rodents in my lifetime, because I'm thinking about it now. You said the sticky pad thing. I was living with Dan and Devin one time down on North of Windsor or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's not Dawson, because they don't live there anymore, so it's fine. But yeah, they caught a mouse on a sticky pad, and it was like, sticky pads aren't exactly the most humane way to go,
No,
because
they really are not.
As long as you kill them right away, it's fine. But like they're literally like,
chewing their own limbs
so
off
like
and stuff.
not
Yeah.
even. They're just like, I'm stuck and I'm trying to rip my skin off, so please kill me.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
and they were like, there's a mouse on it, and I just took a broom and like overhand brought the execution down on top of it immediately, because I was like, this is the most humane thing to do for this little mouse.
I would say that in my life, I've probably killed over 100 mice. And
That's a
like
couple.
the majority of those mice, I would say like 80 of those mice, 90 of those mice were from just our apartment.
Bro, my
And we
worst
just wrecking mice. Like,
my worst fear is getting up in the middle of the night and walking and stepping on Ted Lasso, because
Oh,
like
dude.
killing a mouse is one thing, but if I stepped on it barefoot
can I?
and it like splooted
well,
under my
I'll
foot,
tell you a
I'd
story.
vomit.
Okay, listen to this. This is a wild story. So
Go hard.
we're in the bedroom, right? And it's a 1-bedroom apartment, right? We're in the bedroom laying down, and for 4 nights we can hear rustling. We thought they were in the closet, We thought they were here. We thought they were under the bed. So we would check everything. No dice. But we had everything like elevated, and kept in like these tote bins, except for my wife's old purse. So it's a square room, and over in the corner behind the door, there's a little jut out where the closet is. So there's a little jut out there, and we put like one of those cheap IKEA shelves there, and we put her purse on the top. It was on the floor for a little while, but we put it up there. So rustling, get up, check it out, no idea. Move the purse around, look inside, it's not there. Next day, rustling when we're back to sleep. What is going on? Next day, rustling when we're going back to sleep. And at this point, I'm pissed. So it's middle of the night, and I hear the rustling louder than ever, right? Mm. Look around. I'm like, what's going on? And then finally, we're like, it's got to be the purse. It's the only literal thing in the room outside of the bed, right? Lift the purse up, and it's rustling inside the purse. I drop the purse, but you have to understand my positioning in the room. I have one foot on the bed, but I couldn't reach the purse from the bed without putting my feet on the floor in the dark. So I put my left foot down on the floor, and my right foot, my knee is on the bed. And I reach up and I grab this thing, and I'm like, well, motherfucker. Slam it, drop it down. Before it hits, the mouse is like pulling like a Legolas in the Hobbit movie when he's trying to kill what's his dude, and the tower like falls sideways, and he's like running up the bricks as they're falling to get to safety.
Yeah.
The mouse does that out of the bag, jumps off, hits the floor, looks for cover. What's the only thing on the floor for a mile?
Your foot.
My foot, and my foot's there, and he's just like, in my foot, and I'm like, dude, my foot is not a place for you to stay. What are you doing?
I would have stomped that guy.
But I couldn't because I didn't have
you would fall.
weight
you would literally
if
fall.
I took my foot off the floor, it would have been like,
oh,
you know what I mean? Like all my weight was on that. And I would have too, but I just couldn't.
That motherfucker.
And then he's like in the small inside of my foot, like rustling around there. And I'm like trying to move it, and he finally F's off back under my bed, which is worse.
I'm genuinely getting my second foot up and jumping elbow first.
I literally got up. All of this is happening in like 2 to 3 seconds, right? So I literally got up, and I was just like, well, I got up at 3 a.m. and I was like, screw this shit. Had a shower to wash my foot off because, man, that's the grossest thing I've ever had happen to me. And then I just got up for work.
Jeez.
Gross.
Pretty good.
Okay.
Wild.
My 2 quick things, and then we'll get on to coffee. First things first, officially confirmed, TL Bjergsen. That's news this week. Officially signed. We've got the full TL team.
Oh, baby.
TL is going to be number 1 summer and spring split. Guaranteed.
I completely agree.
Guaranteed.
Hansama will wreck every 80 carry. If Double Lift came back,
yes,
it's the only way that Hansama has any challenge in North America.
But he's not going to.
Tactical. Sorry, lost. Who the fuck is everybody else?
Yeah,
you know I couldn't even tell you. No, just nobody's. So anyway, Sven. Okay, Sven. Maybe Sven.
Sven is past his prime.
Yeah, that's why he's not.
Sven,
he's not carrying.
No.
That's why he got replaced by Hansama.
Yeah. No, Sven's on C9.
I was wrong.
Tactical was
who replaced him
on C9?
Yeah, isn't Sven not?
No,
carrying?
but he's still on C9. Fudge is now not confirmed, but mid swap with why can't I think of his name? Not Impact.
Didn't C9 just sign somebody Harry? I don't have my phone to check.
Yeah, support and top are new. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Because Vulcan retired.
Vulcan, no, he went to another team.
Did he?
Yeah, they said goodbye and sent him to another team. I think he's playing Dig.
Interesting.
I'd have to verify that.
Unfortunate.
It is. But
Sven's
that's a big.
Not be good.
That's a big play.
Sven isn't good without.
No, without a top tier support.
Can't I think Vulcan?
Yeah.
Sven's going to be terrible this year because he's bad to begin with. Tactical Vulcan is the way to go.
Yeah, it's amazing though. When the hype video for his return, when like Kobe and Azael and Freak are there, and he's just like, "Whoa, dude, chill out, dude." When he's like, "I've made so many mistakes. I've made mistakes over my career. That's what allows me to succeed." And he's like walking by and fist pumping all the like super popular casters, and then he goes out the door with no t-shirt on, and when he walks through the door, all of a sudden he's in a TL Liquid. Team Liquid jersey, and I'm like,
it's happening.
And then Gaffer did a 30-minute
Yeah, it
interview.
was really good.
Oh,
Really,
so
really
good.
good.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
What was the other thing?
The other thing was things that happened this week. Bjergsen coming back. There was something else, and I've completely forgotten what it was.
Well, it'll come back to you.
Yeah.
Guys, we went
Probably
to Café Lara today. And it's definitely Lara, not Laura, because there's no U, Lara, Café Lara. And it was a bop. It was a little bit of a bop.
A little bit of a bop. Cool
It's
spot.
definitely we'll get more into it when we summon vibes. But
Very North End.
yeah, and very super hipster. There were so many Blundstones in that place I couldn't count.
That's what I mean by very
Yeah.
North End.
Yeah, very much so.
I enjoyed it. It was great.
Yeah, I got an Americano.
Puppuccino.
Yeah, I got the poo-poo, and you got a
Nice mocha.
a nice mocha. Yeah, fair enough. That's pretty standard for us, I think, in general. Stop. Stop.
That video
So-
is so funny.
Yeah. I don't know. So I'll go. Shall I go first? Shall I
Yeah,
go
yeah, you go
the
hard.
premise. I'm impressed with my Americano.
Oh, it sounded like you're gonna sound later on the top.
It did though, didn't it?
Because of it.
Eye of the needle, my friend. Eye of the needle.
Ooh.
Yeah, the eyest of the needles. Yeah, it's really good. I'm actually really impressed with
Nice.
it. So here's the thing that drives me a little bit crazy. When you get an Americano, and you get the larger size, but it's just one shot of espresso still, and they just top the extra inch up with more water.
Right.
That's a no bueno situation. This one clarified specifically because they have the two prices, and I'm like, is the larger one a double? They were like, yes. Perfect. That's what we want. We want the double. You know what I mean?
Yep.
We want the double. So the double, so it's very strong. The espresso is prominent and it's forward, which I really like. I would say like it's smoky and chocolatey. It doesn't have a great mouthfeel though. You know how like I talk about mouthfeel and it's like almost like cloudy and a bit like thick in a milky way, but I always get mine black.
Yep.
So it just feels like the consistency of water. So it's not quite like oily and in that traditional sense. So it's not a perfect one, but like I would go back and get an Americano at Lara for sure.
Nice.
I'm gonna give it a let me gauge a quick sip.
I had to move your mic away a little bit. That helped.
Aerate it. Don't know if that works the same way for
I don't
coffee,
think-
but
I
I
don't
would
think it
assume
does.
so.
Well, in theory, you would assume. Yeah.
Any aeration for most beverages is what you would
Someone
do.
say a beveragino.
Beveragino.
So
8.5.
7.5.
8.5.
8.5.
Yeah, you're correct.
Nice.
It's 8.5. It's good. It's good. It's not the Americano I got at apartment 3,
That's fair.
right? Which was a 9er, 9.5er.
Mm-hmm.
But it is good and it's classic. No. 9.
It's a no.
It's a 9. It's really good. Like it's super good. And the thing about it is like it's maintaining its flavor really well as it cools, and that's an important thing for me.
Yep.
Right.
Of course, because coffee can get quite acrid.
Very
When
acrid, very fast when it cools down.
Yeah.
And like when it's so cold, you need that sugar, that cream to balance it up.
Yep.
That cold
Absolutely.
brew.
Cappuccino.
The poo-poo, the
Cappuccino double shot in a small cup though. But like we'll get to the worth it rating because there's some interesting
There's some things happening.
There's some things
I knew
happening
there were. I could
that
tell there were some things happening.
wasn't expecting price point wise
Uh-huh.
that are pretty cool. This is landing well in
This
a lot
is
of
an
ways.
interesting beveragino.
It is an interesting beveragino. Espresso is really good. Again, like the apartment 3 one has that unique sort of roast to it. There's some complexity to the beans that they have. This one had more like floral notes to it than I've gotten on a lot of the espresso we've had so far, which was really nice. Good
It is
balance with
earthy.
the foam.
Yeah, it's earthy.
Yep,
Yeah, for sure.
absolutely. So this is probably going to be a shocker.
A shocker?
I think it might be.
Hell yeah.
I'm happy for the people who watch the video.
If anyone ever just sat down and watched me in all of these videos, they'd be like, "This man is
So
weird."
when we get enough fans, one day somebody will do a supercut.
They're gonna do a compilation of me just picking at myself.
You just doing like this, like,
You know what they're gonna do? Literally.
and you just like coming around your mic and being like,
Yeah, exactly. They're actually gonna. They're gonna.
a full supercut is inbound for sure.
You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna make a 15-minute long compilation of me turning my head and hitting the microphone with my.
How many
with
times-
my head.
Colton
I've done it
bonking
like
his
I've done.
microphone.
There'll
how
be
many-
a drinking game associated.
How many episodes have we done?
This is episode 13.
I've hit it at least 20 times.
Yeah, Hanopi.
More than once an episode for sure.
Cappuccino.
Rating.
Lara,
Rating on the
Cafe,
Puppuccino.
Cafe Lara Cappuccino double shot. Hitting it at a 9.5.
Oh, a tie.
You guys are.
A tie.
You
Yep.
guys are not.
No,
It is
It's
just
not
as
tying.
good. It is.
It's not
It
tying.
absolutely is.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Fair enough. Mine
It's
is 9.
really
Mine
good.
is close to the tie.
Yeah.
Mine's close to the tie too.
I
Honestly.
still leaving room for the 10 because there's a ton more cafes we have to go to, but
Yeah. A ton.
that's a 9.
literal
That's a
ton.
9.5, 100%.
Yeah. Tell me about your. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's fantastic up until this point. Tell me about your mocha. And remember, this is season 2. Everyone, Colton's come a long way. We're gonna ask for 2 descriptive words from him today.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. You said a descriptor earlier that I liked, but I forget what you said.
With you.
Do you remember?
Cloudy.
Cloudy. That's a good descriptor because it's like it's like watery, but like
Yeah.
it's like every flavor mixed together, but in a bad
Oh,
way.
what was that?
I was trying to think of how I wanted to describe what I was tasting when I tasted it.
Yeah, sure.
It basically just tastes super bland but bad,
Okay.
which is like
It actually
the
like
harshest.
we both had sips off cam, and it was pretty bad.
I think that the big thing with a lot of these coffee places is they focus heavily on their warm product and not on their cold product. And obviously, I'm the unlucky one who likes cold product more.
Yeah.
So I think
I don't
just
hate
get-
I don't hate a cold drink though.
No,
I just,
but like I think I'm just setting myself up for like
Yeah.
not getting what some coffee shops might consider their best
Their
product.
best
or
product.
whatever.
Yeah, 100p,
Yeah.
100p. But you've had some. In fairness to that,
I've
though,
had
you've
some
had
good
some
things.
bangers.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And like I would say, the Wired Monk focuses on their espresso and their
Yeah.
beans. Right. So
Yeah.
like, if what I would say is, this is a hot take, but it's not an excuse. Right.
Yeah.
It's not an excuse for your mocha to be shitty just because it's a cold beverage and the focus isn't towards the cold beverage.
Yeah.
I'm coming at you, Cafe Lara.
Yeah.
Everything was fantastic.
It was
but
like-
it's not really an excuse, and not just Cafe Laura, but like all of the cafes we've ever gone to. Like I would say there's a 50-50 on your mocha Milky Way experience. There's a 50-50 on your iced beverage, whether it's thumbs up, thumbs down.
Wait, I just realized something. When you order a mocha, is it consistently one type of chocolate?
Not always.
No.
Like,
Like, 'cause
definitely not.
is it
Not
always
always,
dark
no.
or always milk, or is it sometimes
It's-
one or the other?
it's
or
usually
et cetera,
milk
et cetera?
chocolate. It's usually milk chocolate.
Because like I'm thinking about it, the mochas that I've had that I didn't like were more bitter, and I'm like, maybe they're using like a little like low percentile dark
Yeah.
chocolate in that instead of like milk chocolate.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the difference.
it's
for me.
usually syrup, though, right? Like at the end of the day, so it's not like an actual.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how any of
Yeah,
this
it's
stuff
not,
works.
and I mean it depends on the sweetness and like.
To be fair, I didn't know if you could make dark chocolate syrup, which you probably can.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely can.
But,
yeah, 100p.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, there's got to be some sort of difference. I'm giving this a 3.
A 3.
Three.
Wow.
I only
It
give you-
is, in fairness to Colton, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
It's better than the water that you got at Daily Grind.
That was dog
Yeah.
water. I think
That
I
was
gave that
literal
like a 2.
water,
I
man.
think
Yeah.
I think I gave that a 1. I think that
Yeah, you
was
did.
a 1.
You
yeah.
did. I finished the spreadsheet for season
This is
1 and
this is
Nice.
actually a 3 because it would be a 2, but they use fancy ice. We like fancy ice here.
We do. On the podcast, you get a couple of bonuses if you've got an incredible straw game.
Yeah.
If you've
AKA
got
plastic.
AKA plastic, and zippy.
hate the turtles.
right? Yeah, if you hate turtles, and of course fancy ice.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you play the Backstreet Boys while we're
Yes.
present.
And
Yeah.
then specific to me, if your branding has corgis.
Right, yeah, that's a Drake specific concept.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Also, I'm gonna add on one extra personal.
Okay, go ahead.
I will add a point if the barista flirts with me, and I don't care what gender.
That's,
I don't care what they look like. If they flirt with me, they get an extra
that's
point.
a vibe check. I think that's a vibe check thing, though. That's
yeah, I'll give them an extra vibe check
It's
point for flirting.
It's an experience. All right, well, let's summon some vibes. We are going a little long, and poor Drake's got to go. So let's move through it as fast as we can here. So I'm gonna say. I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to say that it was very North Endy. There were a lot of hipsters. Everybody was wearing crop tops and Blundstones. Like, it was very North Endy.
Yep.
I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah. Yep.
It was extremely trendy. Should I have just said what I just said? It's fine. It's very trendy. Like, lots of live edge tables, great lighting. Lots of great spaces to sit, some for one people, some for two people. They had a little bar. I think you can go back towards the nighttime, maybe get a few cocktails.
Yeah, I think on the weekends or evenings they do like a nighttime service.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
sick. So
That
I would go.
actually be fun.
I would love to go to do that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, we could do that. We could do that.
I feel like that place at night looks really cool. with
Yeah,
how the-
yeah.
like,
Well,
where
it's
the lighting
beautiful
is.
in general.
Yeah.
It's beautiful
I
in
feel
general.
like it's less busy at night than it is.
Oh yeah.
day.
Well, it's just two different crowds of people, right?
For sure. There was actually like a lot of like street fashion there today. I don't know if you noticed, but like a couple of people came in and like it was like reasonable street fashion. So I thought that was really cool and trendy.
There were
Vibe check.
There were some, and I mean this in the most innocent way. There were some good-looking people in that shop.
Okay,
like, it's
fair
like
enough.
fashionable people in that shop.
I asked a couple of clarifying questions to the barista, and she was very nice and clarified my clarifying questions. So I'm going to give it a 8.5 vibe check.
8.5.
Yep, really nice.
I clear 8.5 as well.
I'll go hang there.
Yeah. It's a cool spot. Really neat spot.
What
Very
would
much
you
enjoy.
say?
Situational.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just busy today.
It was.
I'd like to enjoy it on a slightly less busy situation.
Yeah, and in fairness, it's Saturday. We normally go,
Yeah,
and
I think
the
it
street
would
was
be-
closed because they're going to do a little thing there today on Agricola.
North by Night. Really cool thing. It's too late by the time you hear this to go check it out. But if you did go, I hope you had a great time because
Yes.
it's a really neat event.
Yeah.
So that's happening today, and there were just a lot of volunteers meeting at Café Lara and getting a warm beverage before they go out in the chili, which makes a lot of sense. So it was a bit packed today, but like still really nice.
I think I'm gonna give it an 8.
An 8? That checks out.
Nice.
8.5, 8.5, 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very reasonable.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Worth it.
Worth it?
$3.07 for a normal size Americano. $3.47 for a double shot Americano.
Ooh.
So 40-cent surcharge is all you pay for the extra shot, and that's basically the difference in the size of these two cups. I would argue, right? Like the shot itself is predominantly the difference, plus a little extra water. So it's stronger, felt great, price was great. The food's a little expensive, but that's not what we're here for. I'm gonna give it a 3 on the worth
Dang.
because it's
That's
pretty
really
good. Like it's really it's worth.
Yeah.
Like I would go and I would buy another one.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
I don't remember what the single shot was for the cappuccino, but the double shot was $3.91,
Pretty good.
which is really good. So we're under the
given the
$4
milk-
price point. Yeah,
given the milk,
yeah. So
right,
that's
versus
really
the
good.
water. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense actually.
Yeah,
see what I did
so $3.91 for a really good cappuccino. Like that's I don't remember what I gave apartment 3.
It was low.
I know. I just don't
because
want
they were around the $4 range too.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it 2
Okay.
on the worth it.
That
'Cause
makes
I think
sense.
it was cheaper than apartment 3's, but comparable product wise.
Yeah, for sure.
And I would go back to either of those places anytime for this.
For sure.
Yeah.
Take me to church.
Stop.
I worship like a
Technically-
dog at the shrine of your lights.
Technically speaking, my worth is a 1 because Drake bought my drink, so it was free. But
But if you were to pay
I'm giving it a
for
9.
$4.50, something like that.
I think it's $4.50, yeah, which is a standard price for crappy mocha. So I'm giving it a 9.
You should
Get
give it
outta
a 9.
here.
I completely agree
Yeah,
with that.
AKA 9 means I would not buy it again, so it's not worth a single cent in my world.
Yeah.
So
It
9.
really isn't. Yeah.
A 10 is like I would consider going back and being like, what is this?
Yeah. Well, that's
That's about
borderline. In
It's close.
fairness, everything else was fantastic, but you got to pay your dues. That, like, if I got that drink and I took a sip and we were walking down the street and I took a sip and it tasted like that, I personally would have walked back.
Yeah,
to that one.
in thinking that we should have gone back into Daily Grind and been like, what is this?
Yeah.
I would like
Yeah.
I would like an actual beverage, please, not a cup of water.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like
It was pretty bad
it's
overall.
like the other night.
Yeah.
Did I give my? I did. Yeah.
You said
9.
9.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like the other night when I got Sprite from McDonald's and it was water. It was literally water.
Well, that's
there
the
was no
thing.
Sprite
The thing,
flavor.
like, because it's a syrup based in
Yeah.
their machines, like, if the ratios aren't right or the Sprite is empty, like, it's literally just carbonated water and syrup.
which is what I got.
Yeah, gross, gruesome.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we're gonna call it there.
Wait.
What?
Shout out.
Okay.
Shout out because
Shout out.
because we always shout out Lisa because
Shout out Lisa.
she is our only fan.
Mm-hmm.
But my friend Catherine has started watching us.
Catherine.
And I just wanted to say hi, Catherine.
Catherine.
Because
Hey.
you liked when I mentioned you last time. So hi.
Shout out,
Howdy,
Catherine.
thanks for listening.
Thanks for
We
watching.
really appreciate it.
You're our
Yeah.
second fan.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Leave comments, please.
yeah.
We would love if more people interacted with this podcast.
Here's the thing, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hold on a second, guys. Hold on. Just give them a little bit of time to do that.
like everybody who listens to it. Because
Yeah.
I know more than just my mom listens to this podcast.
Yes.
And
I can tell we do have some
Frequently.
analytics. Like, comment, and bloody well subscribe. Okay, find us at YouTube if you want to watch the video. But this was a little bit tricky for our first episode, so apologies to everyone. But we will be on Spotify and Apple Music as well, live weekly with our normal release. Little bit of a snafu with some file stuff.
Well, here's
yada,
the
yada,
thing.
yada.
Like, Spotify does not make it easy for people
No.
to go on their site. Like,
It's
that's
really-
the honest truth about it.
Yeah,
like,
you have
they
to-
make it challenging.
It's
They
not
requ-
even-
you require a full third party service to park and promote your podcast, and then through that third party service you can apply to be on Spotify. So you have to find a good trusting third party service that's not going to take all the rights to your podcast. And we found one, and then the file type that they upload with was wrong.
Yeah.
Right? So we can only create sorry, this is wildly techie, but we're explaining it. We can only create in this day and age, like you should be able to, you can only really create like MP4s, waves, that kind of thing are traditional. This site wanted an M4A or an MP3. No one uses that shit anymore. So like
Those
the
are
RSS
banned.
feeds,
Yeah.
the RSS feeds will gather your thing you uploaded, and it converts it on their website after you've uploaded to an MP3 to then be redistributed. So that's what I guess you pay for. At the end of the day, little snafu. We're coming back though.
You can't see our pretty faces on Spotify anyway, so watch us on YouTube for the time being.
Yep, we'll
Yeah.
be there. We'll be there. We'll be on Spotify this coming week. Should be
Yes.
just fine. You'll hopefully be listening to us on Spotify by the time this comes out. That being said, guys. Follow us on our Instagram, Ice and Bean Pod. If you are on Twitter, you can follow us at Ice and Bean Pod.
One day we'll start tweeting.
Yeah, well, one day we'll start tweeting. It's one of those things.
Just send us memes there.
Just meme on us all day long. Hit us up on our socials, and then don't forget to like and subscribe. Please comment. Come at me in the comments if you disagree with me, because I'd love to have a battle. Except for Lisa. I won't ever disagree with Lisa because she's our number one super fan. Guess what, guys? Next week, we have a special guest.
We do our first special
Our
guest.
first ever special guest. You know who you are. We're not gonna say who it is. We'll check out our Instagram if you want to know who is coming on the podcast next week.
I didn't know who it was until just a little while ago.
It's gonna be fantastic. Our first ever guest.
It's going to be fun.
Check out our socials if you want to know. Outside of that, guys, we appreciate that you're listening. We'll catch you on the flip side. I hope you have a great week. Bye-bye.
Peace.